If you hear me screaming bloody murder, there's a good chance I'm just enjoying myself.
By the end of Wednesday Season 2, it became clear that the show isn't afraid to surprise fans with unexpected cameos. Between its dark humor, clever storytelling, and gothic flair, the series has turned those little guest appearances into something of a tradition. In the second season, for instance, fans got a few delightful surprises. From Haley Joel Osment showing up as the Kansas City Scalper, to Lady Gaga taking on the role of Rosalind Rotwood, these appearances didn't just add excitement, they showed that the showrunners Alfred Gough and Miles Millar enjoy honoring the franchise's quirky spirit by mixing in famous faces who fit right into Wednesday's eerie world. Because this cameo trend has been going strong since Season 1, it naturally raises the question of who might appear in Season 3. And when it comes to continuing that special connection to the Addams family legacy, there's one perfect choice who seems almost destined for it: Anjelica Huston. In the first 2 seasons, Wednesday cleverly pulled from the 1990s Addams Family movies to cast some of their most beloved actors in new, surprising roles. Christina Ricci, who famously played Wednesday Addams in the 90s films, returned in Season 1 as Marilyn Thornhill, a teacher at Nevermore Academy who turned out to be one of the villains. Then, Season 2 took things further by bringing in Christopher Lloyd, the actor behind the original Uncle Fester, to play Professor Orloff. So following that pattern, the next logical step would be to bring back Huston, the unforgettable Morticia Addams from the Addams Family 1991 and Addams Family Values 1993. It just makes sense for her to appear next. Not only would it keep the tradition alive, but it would also feel like a full-circle moment for longtime fans. Huston's regal charm, dark wit, and commanding presence would fit seamlessly into Wednesday's world, especially since the series has proven it knows how to reinvent familiar faces in clever ways. And because she's still active in Hollywood, appearing in major franchises like John Wick and even lending her voice to Star Wars projects, she'd bring both star power and nostalgia to the show. Another reason this cameo feels so necessary is because Season 2 effectively wiped out the other 2 Addams Family movie actors who had been featured so far. Both Ritchie's Marilyn and Lloyd's Professor Orloff met rather grim ends before the finale. Marilyn was killed by Tyler after failing to manipulate him again, and Professor Orloff's brain was eaten by Pugsley's zombie friend who turned out to be a former Nevermore student. Their deaths left the show without any remaining representatives from the classic Addams Family films, and that's something Season 3 could easily fix by bringing Huston into the fold. It would also be fun for the series to finally unite 2 of those legacy stars on screen, something that hasn't happened yet. Ritchie and Lloyd appeared in separate seasons, but a Season 3 cameo from Huston could open the door for an on-screen reunion of characters from the 90s films, even if they're all playing brand new roles. It would be a treat for longtime fans, bridging the gap between the original movies and Netflix's modern take on the Addams universe. Now the real question is, who could Anjelica Huston play? The possibilities are endless, but based on Wednesday's history, there are a few strong contenders. Since Ritchie and Lloyd both played teachers at Nevermore, it would make sense for Huston to join as another faculty member. Nevermore has a habit of filling its teaching staff with recognizable faces, from Gwendoline Christie's formidable Principal Weems to Steve Buscemi's Dean Higgins. Lady Gaga even popped up as a former teacher, and Billie Piper joined as the Academy's music instructor. So Huston slipping into a similar role, perhaps a mysterious professor with secrets of her own, would fit right in. Another intriguing possibility would be casting her as a member of the Frump family. Ophelia Frump, Morticia's presumed dead sister, was teased as the next major villain at the end of Season 2. This plotline promises to dig deeper into Wednesday's maternal lineage, exploring corners of the Addams family history that the series hasn't touched yet. Because Huston once embodied Morticia, having her play another Frump relative would be a meta-nod that longtime viewers would instantly appreciate. It would also allow her to channel that same haunting sophistication she brought to Morticia, but through a new character with darker motives. Showrunner Miles Millar even hinted that Ophelia's reveal will have big implications moving forward. He told Tudum that the season 2 ending was designed as a breadcrumb leading into Wednesday's next adventure. His co-creator Al Gough added that showing Ophelia at the end of the season was always part of their plan, since it sets the stage for a major storyline in season 3. With that in mind, Huston's involvement would feel both symbolic and narratively perfect. Of course, all of this speculation is happening while Netflix and the creators are already gearing up for what's next. On July 23, just 2 weeks before the release of Wednesday Season 2 Part 1, Netflix officially renewed the show for a third season. It wasn't much of a surprise. After all, the first season still holds the record as the most watched English-language series in the platform's history, surpassing even Stranger Things and Bridgerton. But the early renewal does show how confident Netflix is about the show's future, especially after such a long gap between seasons. Gough and Millar celebrated the renewal with a statement that perfectly captured the show's dark sense of humor. They said, "It's been a dark delight to watch Wednesday cast her spell over audiences across the globe, one deadpan quip at a time. We're beyond thrilled she'll be returning to stalk the halls of Nevermore in Season 3. This time she'll unearth more of the school's sinister secrets and descend even deeper into the Addams family crypt, or as Wednesday would say, nothing brings a family together like a good exhumation." Netflix even released a promo photo to mark the announcement, Wednesday standing behind Thing, who's holding up a crystal ball showing the number 3. The image came with a tagline, "Bad things come in threes," which feels like the perfect tease for what's to come. As for production, things haven't quite kicked off yet. According to updates from the creators, the writing process for Season 3 was well underway by the end of July, but they paused to focus on promoting Season 2. Now that those episodes are out, the writers' attention is fully on finishing the new scripts. There's no confirmed start date for filming yet, but with Jenna Ortega recently wrapping her upcoming film Ghostwriter, production could begin soon. It's worth remembering that Wednesday takes a long time to produce because of its heavy use of visual effects. The creators previously mentioned that it takes at least 18 months from the start of production to the show's release, split evenly between filming and post-production. So if all goes according to plan, Season 3 will likely premiere sometime in late 2027. When it comes to the cast, Netflix has only confirmed Jenna Ortega's return as Wednesday and Victor Durabantu's return as Thing, but fans can safely assume the rest of the Addams family will be back too. Catherine Zeta-Jones as Morticia, Luis Guzmán as Gomez, Fred Armisen as Uncle Fester, Isaac Ordonez as Pugsley, and George Garcia as Lurch. Miles Millar also promised that Season 3 will introduce more Addams family members while diving deeper into their secrets, which makes sense given the hints about Ophelia and Grandmama's basement. And then there's the extended cast. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.